Right, we're live again. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, it should be happening right now, right? Okay. Can you hear me? I can't see anything here. Should be happening now. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So, let's. All right, so let's see where we were. We got here. Actually, I think I may have made a couple of tiny changes. Yeah, here we go. So here the problem is, let's just select this. All right, so if you look, what did I change? Here I just increased the resolution a bunch of times, and we went from this to this. All right, this. Here we go. So this is where we got to. Now we can start it again from the beginning, but we also need to mess around here because all of this foam and everything is way too big and the material is not done correctly. For the material for the water, I created this one. And for this, I just grabbed a Corona physical material, threw it in, and I just changed the preset here to water and assigned that. So that gave me the water. Um, but we can go back to the beginning. We can stop this and we can start the simulation. And then let that run for a little bit, and then we're going to change it, and I'm going to move the angle, and then we're going to look at adding in other things. I mean, I know this is a bit boring, and but yeah, it's just me learning Phoenix, and I figured I can do it on my own, or I can stream it. So, why not stream it? So I'm gonna let this get to about 20, and then take it from there. So let's see. I'm gonna actually turn this water and put it behind the Pepsi, and then have it jet into it. I'll turn up the pressure so that we can see it bouncing off the back of the Pepsi can. Okay. Uh, let's let's stop this and see where we got to. Okay, so we're here. So I also activated the splash and the mist and the foam. I enabled this as well. So foam amount set to 5. That's fine. Size. Let's try 0.1. Let's try 0.01. Let me just see. Let's try this. Okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure this should just be changing. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong place, that's why. It's here. Hang on. I got these shaders. Okay, splashes. Let's see. Diffuse multiplier I'm going to have to change. Let's see, size multiplier. Okay, 0.1. Here we go. Okay, 0.2, 0.4. Okay, so something like this looks better, maybe even lower. I'm going to put that back to 1 just so we can see what we're doing with the texture. Okay, so the problem here is the diffuse. I believe I bring this down to 0. Oh, it's the new. And then refractive index 1.33, that's fine. Bounce is 1, so there's only one bounce of light, which is why we're getting all the dark in there. I can put this up to probably about 5. Here where you've got the black still, that's from 5 bounces. If I put this to 15, it will just take much longer to render. And again, we still get darkness here. Okay. Diffuse, if I put this back, is everything going to go grey or? Yeah, it just goes grey. Okay. Reflection cutoff. Try 1. Okay. I'm not sure what this should be, the reflection cutoff for foam and bubbles, but I think we're going to make it, I mean for, what is it, splashes? If we make it 1, we get that, which isn't unreal, right? I'm going to take this the size multiplier and put this down to 0.2, 0.4. Okay, so we're getting the water hitting and we're getting these splashes coming off here. I might adjust this afterwards. We're going to make a bunch of other changes. Subgroup. Cellular. Should look more realistic. Up close. Okay, it's completely changed the way it's rendering. Let's see. Refractive index bounces, reflection cutoff. Okay, so this before was 0.01, right? Let's see what that does. Let's do a region. It's taking ages to render. It's cellular. I think I'm going to go back for now. We're just going to go back to splashes. Put that up to. How much of a difference does it make at 0.9? Not a lot, right? 0.8. 0.1, just so we can see the extreme. It's like that. Okay, 0.5 is way too much. 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. Okay, so massive difference between 0.7 and 0.8, right? 0.7, 0.8. I think we leave it here. And for now, we're going to put the size. Actually, what I'm going to do, I want to see how the other one's doing, the other shader. So here we've got this. This is for splashes. If I put the size down to 0, it'll just disappear, right? Let's turn these off. Okay, so the other shader's doing nothing, and that's this one, which is foam. So there's no foam being created here. So let's see. If I change this, any change? Nothing. There's just nothing there. Okay. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I'm clicking on this viewport because it should, there you go, come in. All right, I probably have to go and change the foam settings, which will be here. But it's not going to do anything until I force it to come out. So we enabled splash and mist, and we enabled foam before. And the foam color is what? I've got one person silently watching. Preview, liquid, splash is mist, foam is green. Okay, there's just nothing green, right? We've got no wet map, which is fine. We've got mist, and we have splashes. Okay, so if we've got mist and splashes, we can take this, and this is splashes. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now because I have to figure out how to separate the mist and the splashes. All right, so this, I'm going to want to delete the background. Then you're going to take this guy and go top view and move this around here and turn it around like this and come something like this. Let's go left view and go like that. Basically, I just want a jet of water hitting the Pepsi bottle. Now, another thing to consider is for close-ups, which is what this is, it's better to have items bigger because, I don't know. I was reading about it yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. History. Phoenix. It was in a tutorial I was looking at yesterday. Cosmetic bottle with splash. Okay. With this, he covers... Where is it? I think it's centimeters. Here we go. The cosmetic bottle is about 54 centimeters high and 22.4 centimeters wide. It's roughly 3 times larger than a regular cosmetic bottle. Usually small-scale simulations require more simulation steps, which means more processing time. This is why in this case we use a larger bottle. Alternatively, if you wish to work with small-scale models, you can always adjust the scene scale option inside of the Phoenix simulator settings. Okay, so we're just going to do what they did. We're just going to triple the size of the model. So the Pepsi, just isolate this. Let's change the pivot point and let's get it down to 0. And let's check it's in the middle of the bottle, which I think no, it's not in the middle of the bottle. Okay. Send it to object and then down to 0. Okay. All right, now we're just going to go here and go into rescale, world units, rescale, and here we just want the selection and we're just going to do it by a factor of 3. And it's shot it off somewhere else. And the reason for this is simply it's because of X-forms and stuff like that. That's why I moved it off. If I'd come in here, if I didn't want it to shoot off, what I could have done is undone everything, and then I could have come in here and gone reset X-form, reset selected, and then it wouldn't have shot off somewhere else. Okay, let's just unisolate this. Where are we? There, okay. Put it in here again. And we're going to have to make this bigger. So what are we doing? Dynamics. Oh, it's just me. Woohoo! Okay, so not dynamics. The grid size. 400. Let's do 300. 300. Let's do change that back to 400. And height. What does it need this in the middle roughly? Let's do another 400. Let's go 444. Okay. And then this guy is going to jet the water into the back. And here we need to select the camera and go top view and pull this back. Something like that. Okay. Now, if I just, sorry, I gotta redo this. Let's get this guy bigger. Let's make it 3 times the size as well. Rescale, selection 3. Okay. Okay, something like this. Okay, and then I'm going to put those blocks on that the other guy did before. Left, height. And then here, reconnect to this, turbo smooth. Select ID. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm just busy working away doing stuff. But I think it's just me here, so let's see. Select ID. Let me just do biangle back face here. Put in a noise modifier. I'm going to set this to fractal and set this to 2 and 2 and 2 and 1. Let's go left again. Okay, I think that's good. And then edit poly and then turbo smooth. Okay, and then they also did a plane. I think it was a plane anyway, so we're going to just go a plane and put a plane like this and then just rotate it into place. And just go left. And we're just going to flip this around. And I'm just going to put this at 8, I think, 8 or 12, do 12 by 12. And then we're going to put a slight noise on this. And this is all just to have some variation in the water. Fractal, I think 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 should be okay. Oh, and scale, set this down to like 3. Okay. And edit poly. And then I'm just going to select these 3. I haven't collapsed these just so I can um, make adjustments easily without, without having to redo them and recreate them. So object properties, I don't want these to be renderable. Perfect. Okay, now let's go back to frame 1. And I'm going to have to select the water source, liquid source, which is this. And the velocity, I have to probably add on another 0 to this. Let's see what happens at this. Okay. And let's save just in case it crashes because, hey, it's Max, it can easily crash. And let's like this. Simulation, start. That's kind of awesome. Jeez. Alright, let's stop that. Let's see how this looks. That's kind of awesome, huh? Okay. So obviously the amount it's coming out at is like way, way, way too high. So let's go back to the liquid source. It was 150 before. Let's try 500, right? Well, let's actually try, because we've added in other things here. So we're going to go back to 100, and what we're going to have to do is, just to see what's occurring, we're going to take the resolution here, we're going to decrease this. So we're going to get this down low just so we can see what's going on. Okay, start. Oh, sorry, my bad. Go back to 0, and then click start. So I'm not expecting the water to actually reach the Pepsi can this time. I'm expecting it to go underneath, which is why I turned it up so much last time. And if we flip around here, we can see what's going on. So the water's coming out, it's hitting these edges, it's just falling off, a bit spurting up in the air where it hits this plane. Okay, so not a lot's happening here. Okay, so we're going to stop this, go back to 0. So we were right to put this up high, but just 1500 was just too much. So let's try 500, and then we can just click play. That looks better, doesn't it? That might even be too much. Let's stop this. Oops. We'll pause it. Start an interactive. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't know what the resolution is on when you're creating videos for what's the resolution for Instagram Reels or something, right? It is 1080 by 1920. Okay, so it's HD, but it's the other way around. Okay, fine. So we're gonna do something like that. So HD TV 1920 by 1080, but we're gonna flip it, right? So let's do custom. 1080, 1920. And then here, let's try this as interactive again. Okay, so it's just way too far back, right? If I press Shift F, I can see what's happening. I can take the camera. I want something like this, right? This box also needs to change, like, oh, that's cool. So this box, I need, because the water's hitting the box and stopping, and it needs to be hitting behind the camera. So, hang on. Yeah, I'm in the right place. Grid. Yeah. I'm gonna make this 500. And X. It's a bit much. I don't really need this much, but I just want it so it doesn't hit things. And this we're gonna make 300. Okay. So we can stop it here. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna increase the. Actually, this light needs to be not renderable, needs to be higher. Plus I need to have other lights, I can't just have the one. Let's hide this. I think if I had to go start interactive and then hide this, hide selection, it should disappear. Yeah, okay, fine. Oh, but I still get all the bubbles, okay, fine. It's just I need more lights. So, and this probably 200 and it's not local. There we go. Something like that. And we can leave it an instance, but I'll probably change it in a minute. Hang on. I probably want it behind. Maybe that's too far behind. Yeah, I want it catching the edge, right? And these, I don't want visible directly. Oh, sorry, you can't see. I'm looking at my other screen. Here, so I'm doing this. Turn off the region. And I might want another light from underneath. I'm not sure. Let's go front. For now, these are all instances, but I'm probably going to change this in a second. Yeah, that's good. Actually, do I want the same again from above? I don't know how much I want it to show up in the reflection. And if, okay, if I just delete it, put it back. It's not a lot of difference it makes. So we can have a look later and see if that's needed or not. Okay, and then let's unhide the last thing, unhide all. Okay, good. So at least I'm sure we're going to change the lighting again, but at least we got something closer to what we're at after. So I'm going to take this now, and I have to go in 10 minutes. Okay, I've got this. So I decrease the resolution just so we could see what's happening quickly, and we can do that again. We go back to frame 0 and stop this. Start from scratch. Actually, I think what I need to do is, I think this is too much. It's got the velocity. Let's try 350. And then we can come along and start the simulation. And I just want to see how this goes. So when we increase the resolution, it's obviously going to take a bit of time. I mean, even this is taking a bit of time to figure this out, right? So I don't know if 350 is enough to get it to like come across over the top as well. And I don't know how much I want it. Like, I don't know how much I want it engulfing the can or how much I want it hitting the back as a jet and then spraying off to the sides. I don't think I can do interactive rendering as it's going frame by frame, but maybe I can. I think it just slows it down massively because it's trying to calculate while it's doing this. That's not going to do anything. Oh, and I've got this, right? The particle shader. Hang on, I got to change this particle shader earlier and I haven't changed it back. Size multiplier. Was it 3 or something? Yeah, so we can see the jets hitting, right? And then it is what's happening to the water. So it's going underneath. So we get this jet hitting, going underneath, and then just foam particles. So I think we're going to stop this. I think maybe 500 is good. I think this has too big. Um, I need to go into local or parent. There we go. And just put it down to this. Check these boxes. Still touching the sides. Just to help the flow of water go where we want it to go. And then I've got to change this water. Sorry, the water liquid's here. God damn. There we go. Okay, I think I do need 500. Okay. Go back to 0 and start it again. This is exciting. So let's see. Okay, it's hitting the back. It just takes time to figure this out. And I think I can go in and adjust it. I'm not sure, but I think. Right, I think I can go in and let's see. If I start interactive, I've got bubbles everywhere here. See, I don't even know what this is. I think it looks kind of cool though, the whole thing. Um, but let's see. This is size multiplier 0.3. If I put it at 1, they're going to be massive. What was that? 0.3. Obviously, this big one in the front is a problem. Size threshold 1, vertical. I'm just trying to see. Motion blur. I don't have the motion blur on right now. That's later. Optimize congestion. I don't even know what that means. Right. I need to do something about this. That much is obvious. I know there's a way to do something about it. I assumed it would be in the particle shader, but it looks like it isn't. It looks like it's either in the liquid source or it's in here. Let's see. It is the foam, right? Tell me this is the foam or the splashes. It's splashes. Okay. Just make sure I get the right one. We're learning new things. It's a bit mad. Splashes. Let's see. Splashes missed. Enable splash amount 10, birth threshold 10 by FreeFly. Splash to mist, mist amount 3. Foam on hit. Let's put that at 1. Foam will suddenly start appearing. Minimum age. 0.1. New phone depth. I think we can leave that there. Okay, but the foam wasn't the problem. I'll need to have a look because we can't have these massive balls flying around the place really. I mean obviously I could change the size. Size multiplier is 0.3. Size variation 0.3. Size distribution 1. Size threshold 0.3. Massive thing still not disappearing, right? But if I bring this down to 0.2, it gets smaller. So we're in the right area. Size distribution. I'm just trying to see what it is that causes this thing. Vertical offset. Okay, we can offset it vertically. Count multiplier. 2 of everything. Disable liquid shadows. It's not making much difference. Cut a geometry, render as geometry. I would have thought it would have gone by now, to be honest. Sorry. Again, I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm just looking on two screens. Let's see. $15 is like, doesn't, 10 should be enough. Hey, Lonnie. I'm just going to see if we can find this. Splashes, chaos, phoenix, splashes, big bubble. We're just going to put that. What we have. Here we go. Figure checking out some general feedback. Making a river with a waterfall. Fill some areas, fine. Photos are stored in a separate particle group which you can access with the Phoenix particle shader. Create a particle shader. Click the add button on the top to select the Phoenix. That's done. A window will show up asking which particle group you want to select. That's done. At this point, this new particle shader will be used for shading these particles. To be fair, I would save my scene in its current state, make a new version. He doesn't really tell him, right? Like, I changed the size. That doesn't show us anything. I changed the size multiplier to 0.1 and the count multiplier to 10. Material for state particle groups parameter will not affect the simulation anyway whatsoever. Yep, did this. STL modifier. Look at the screenshot. Okay, it's not telling me how to do this. Exporting foam. Okay, I'll try one more page on Google, otherwise I'm just going to give up. Looks nice. A few simulation tests I did recently with Chaos Phoenix. Phoenix, FD Foam, Splashes, Playground. Nothing here. I don't see anything. Chaos Phoenix, Dota, the biggest travel trends, Bubble Pop, Chaos Phoenix 5, Advertising Observer, Horror Writing Special Releases. No. I mean, it looks cool, but if I lower this down, I mean, I still have the bubble here, right? It could just be it's close to the camera. And it's not actually big at all, it's just right in front of the lens. Okay, I'm going to stop this. Alright, what I'm going to do is I am going to let this simulation. I'm not even gonna let it play out. What I'm gonna do is just stop it here. I'm gonna take this and move this whole box. Something like that. And then I'm going to restart the simulation, go back to the beginning. I'm going to restart the simulation. And I'm going to let it play out. And then I will use a render for the thumbnail for this. And then we'll take it from there. And when we get this roughly correct, which I'm hoping it will be roughly correct now, we'll probably run it for like 10 seconds and then stop it. And then let the water fall down and let the droplets fall down. And we actually need a wet map to this as well. But I can do that afterwards. Splashes mist. Yeah, I can add the wet map in afterwards. So we'll let this run and then I'll see how this is. I'll do a quick test, see how it runs, and then when I know how it runs, I will do a quick render, use that for the thumbnail, like I say, and we'll take the next step. And I want to add some other Phoenix details into the background, some smoke and stuff like this. Okay, cool. All right, cheers.